Coming up, the 30-second Freihofer's Run for Women. Brought to you by Subway, Freihofer's, 74 State, and the City of Albany. Underneath bright sunshine, blue skies, and the name synonymous with distance running, Freihofer's, a record field of nearly 5,000 women set their sights on one of distance running's most prestigious titles. Last year, as the race exited Washington Park, Ethiopia's Teba Arkeso made her move, separating herself from the pack and sprinting to the finish line. Now a Boston Marathon champion as well, Arkeso is back to defend. Challengers are many, including one with 3 Freihofer's victories to her credit and a new last name. Who will be the first to finish this year? Complete coverage of the 32nd annual Freihofer's Run for Women starts now.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the 32nd edition of the Freihofer's Run for Women, covering the streets of downtown Albany and through Washington Park. I'm Fox 23's Rich Becker, so pleased to be with you again this year for this great event that returns year after year to the Capital Region. It really is a 2-headline show this year. You've got the great contingent of African runners, led by Teba Arkeso, last year's champion, and of course you've got Benita Willis, the former Benita Johnson, a 3-time winner of this race. She thinks she has it figured out how she can win number 4.
Some of these top Africans, you know, they'll go out hard and they won't expect anyone to stay there and to keep up with them, and they don't really like it if you do keep up with them. So that's the goal and that's the plan, and then you just want to hover and then make your move at the end.
I feel like I'm prepared enough to have a very good chance of winning again. So I feel that I'm prepared and I'm gonna have a good race.
Joined now by James O'Brien for the New York Athletic Club, our race analyst for today. And James, this African contingent is very, very strong. They like to go out together and go out quickly. Is that a key to the race for them?
Well, I think it is, absolutely, Rich. They like to go out hard, set the pace, so they're in control from the very, very start. That way they've really got a handle on who's around them, who's close to them, and they can really dictate strategy from the outset.
Arkeso, the defending champion, but not necessarily your pick.
Well, you can't, it'd be hard to bet against her, put it that way, but you've also got Mamadou Deska, who was second here last year. My pick, of course, is Emily Chebet from Kenya. She's the world cross-country champion, and that's a huge accomplishment in the world of distance running.
You take a look at someone like Benita Willis, now not at the top of her game last year because of injuries. Is she ready to win this thing for a 4th time?
Well, she's in much better shape than she was last year, although she placed 17th at the World Cross Country Championships. That sounds like she was a long way back, but she really wasn't. She was right there. She's obviously in very, very good shape. I think she's a good bet for number 4.
We'll keep an eye on her and also keep an eye on the top local runner in the field, Elizabeth Maloya, former state high school champion from Holy Names, Loudonville, New York. She's a member of your club. She's got to be thrilled to be running this race in her hometown.
She is. She's a member of the New York Athletic Club, Rich. She's got to be absolutely over the moon. She's going to have a large contingent of her family out here on the course. She said she sent an email out to 35 people, something like that. So it's got to be very emotional for her. And she's obviously from Holy Names, from Loudonville, so she's as a hometown favorite. But I think if she can finish in the top 10, which is something we haven't seen from an American in the last couple of years, I think that would be a big accomplishment.
There's a couple of runners to watch, but there are over 4,100 runners in this field. To check in with a few more of them as they get ready for the race, let's go to the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Fox 23's Ann Hughes. Ann?
Take a look at that crowd just streaming in. We are not too far from race time right now. We're going to have a great crowd of runners today, and it really looks like the weather's holding too. No rain, lots of humidity, but the runners we spoke with don't seem to mind. What do you think about the weather?
It's a little humid, yes.
Is that going to bother?
Good. It's fine, yeah. I wish it would rain a little though.
Are you excited, nervous? What's going on in your mind?
Kind of nervous because the furthest I've ran is like a mile and I get really tired.
Now, do you run this every year?
This is my first time. I'm training for a half marathon, so just like running.
What makes this one so special?
It's because it's women. It has a great feel to it. The crowd is pumped up.
The group of women together, the camaraderie of all the women together. It's a great feeling. Goosebumps, actually. It really is all about girl power today. Now, I have to tell you, I'm injured this year, so I'm not running, and I thought I'd be disappointed. But now that I'm here, it is just as much fun to be a spectator. Back over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Ann. The ladies are at the starting line, and they are set to go for this one. Moments away from hearing that horn, but first let's take a look at the map of the course that we'll be running today.
And here we are, Rich. They'll head up Madison Avenue into Washington Park for the first mile there, which is near the Lake House. They'll maneuver through the park, under the trees, out onto Lake Avenue, turn right, make another right onto Western Avenue, where they'll come up to the 2-mile mark, approaching Henry Johnson Boulevard. They'll make another right back into the park, all the way through the park, back down Madison Avenue, towards the finish line at the museum.
All about getting to the finish, but to get to the finish, we have to have the start. Here's the mayor with the horn. And they are off. 4,000 plus strong, a sea of women running up Madison Avenue, all set to go for this 32nd annual Freihofer's Run.
It's a magnificent sight, Richard. Always is here every year. 4,000 women, as you said, from the fastest to the slowest. They're all out there. They're all going to have a great day. That's one thing we know for sure. 25
or so elites at the front, but the pack is deep all the way back. Sometimes it takes up to 5 minutes to get from the back of the pack to the start line even. Of course, the elite runners are out here for the championship and for that big check as well that goes along with it. There's Elizabeth Malloy, one of the elite runners. Of course, she's from Holy Names in Loudonville. We talked about her earlier, running out in front right now along with Benita Willis.
Yeah, there's Benita Willis. She's a 3-time champion, back here to try and get number 4. Alongside of her is Averkova, the Masters runner, but there we see 3 of our lead runners, Mamitsu Daska from Ethiopia, Emily Chebet from Kenya, Edna Kiplagat also from Kenya. We'll see them right at the front.
Certainly 3 we'll be keeping an eye on as we continue with the Freihofer's Run for Women. We're headed towards Washington Park in the first kilometer of the Freihofer's Run. As we head to break, watch for your friends as they start their trek, and listen up for a new addition to race day. The sounds of Acoustic Trauma, one of the bands out on the course to entertain the fans and set a beat for the runners. Right back.